Good morning everyone, bright and early once again back into SnowRunner. So last time I was hauling this nuclear waste and I managed to get myself in a position that's not exactly good. The taiga is over there, it's just hanging out, and this is right here also just hanging out, but instead it's got way less fuel than we should probably need to be able to get back, and this is the worst truck in the game, so yeah, we have a bit of a hurdle to get through to get to where I need to go here. This is not going to be easy. So the gist of things is I need to get from here back down to the main road, which is, I mean, that's pretty good for a main road, and then I need to go all the way down over this way, and then let me find the quest. Yeah, down over to the factory right here, that's the one. So I was playing this a little bit on my own, just having some fun yesterday, and I was able to level up to level 11. You can see that now, and I have a bit more work done in Michigan. Basically, I bought some stuff and I sold some stuff, and I'll show you that stuff after I finish with what I'm doing now, because that stuff is quite cool, and I'm hoping that we can make use out of it. I'm trying to mix things up in these episodes so that I'm not always just driving the same trucks, and I'm hopeful that that is interesting to you. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try and take off nice and slowly here. I've set this out so that I can at least have some way of seeing what I'm doing. Again, this truck is terrible because it is two-wheel drive, or it's four-wheel drive, but it doesn't have all-wheel drive. And, yeah, has no diff lock. It's got nothing. All that it really has is an extended winch, but that's it. There we go. Now that's exactly what I needed. Yeah, we're going to be winching a lot. I'm going to try and use this completely up. I want to use all of its fuel if we can. I think the taiga has enough to justify giving it to this, at least a little bit, because I don't want to have to just recover this and then pull it back with the taiga as you would normally do. I'd rather just use this thing the whole way, even if it takes the whole episode just to move this stuff. Yeah, this is going to be a while, my goodness. Okay. Thank goodness we're almost back on the road though. Those gas tanks being red is not great. Okay, that point that I put there is a little bit nerving. There's a downed hydro line and I'm stuck again. I'm really trying to not get stuck too much. So it seems like we can take a route here and then kind of pop around a little bit back onto a likely much more main road. And then from there we'd probably actually be okay as long as we have fuel. So as long as I can get from here to here, I should be okay. Alternatively, I could try and drive through this and then take this road here next to whatever house that is. But let's go ahead and just modify this a little bit so it's kind of up here, because I'm not going to be able to make it through water again. We've already experienced that before. Yeah, so the road just kind of goes through the water, and it seems like if I just go around, I'll be having a better time of it, because there are trees around here. Stuff to winch to. Yeah, I don't want to drive through that with this thing. Not again. That's exactly what the ruined warehouse is. It's just a big pool. It's like an ocean. Okay, driving through this... Oh, okay, that's a big dip there too. This thing is a flat-nosed truck, so it's not great in terms of like the actual nose of it. Like, it's easy to bounce it off of stuff, and I'm trying to avoid that as you probably would want to. You know what though, I'm trying to be confident. Oh darn. I was about to say I'm trying to be confident in today. I'm hoping that today will be a good day in terms of SnowRunner. And, oh no. Oh, it's not going to be a good day. I just rolled the thing. Just kill me, please. What have I done? Well, that means the recovery service is coming, and it's a darn good thing I brought a crane. That's where we were last time, and yeah, I'm glad we're not there anymore. Let's just take this truck and try and go and save that thing, and then we'll pull it all the way through that one spot, because my goodness, I don't want to be dealing with this too much. Thankfully, it's not a huge setback. Fuel is low, and I'm thinking that we're going to have to bring a fuel vehicle over this way, and I really don't want to have to bring it anywhere into the muck, so I just want to bring it to the main road is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this has been a heck of an adventure, and it is not over yet. You can kind of see why I was a bit worried about going around there, and I still am. Oh yeah, those of you who are concerned about my use of all-wheel drive, let me just say this first of all. This truck, all-wheel drive and diff lock are both always on. That's why they're grayed out like that. And then all-wheel drive, or low range, sorry, I don't use it too often because a lot of the time with these trucks, you don't even need to. Like, it just glides through the mud no matter what. So I'm using it now, but I could be going faster. And that's the thing, I like going fast. Okay, I'm gonna roll this thing over from up here. Picking this terrible trailer was, again, a terrible idea, but it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna pick my winch points carefully. I'm gonna go from this side to the top of the trailer. At least I think that's the top of the trailer. No, it's not. It's a tree. Oh my goodness, I forgot this trailer doesn't have any winch points on it for some reason. No idea why. Okay, let's winch to the truck and then try and yank it over. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then I gotta quickly put all the stuff on the back of it again. That shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's pretty quick. Alright, we'll just grab this right here and then just quickly winch it up a little bit. Pull it back in. It doesn't take much to just have this stuff be able to be packed. As long as it's sitting on there, it'll pack itself once I hit the pack option. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna admit it. This could have definitely gone better than it has, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. We're still running low on fuel, which is not a good thing. But as soon as that issue's fixed, I should be relatively okay. Just relatively. And there's the winch point on the trailer right there. What on the... I kind of could not find those last time I was looking. Okay, this truck is free, which means we can switch back to the tiny one, the International TriStar, and then we can go ahead and pack that cargo, and it's done. Thank goodness. Okay, what I'm going to do then, because I don't want to die, and this thing is just like nearly completely out of fuel, is I'm just going to drag it this way using this truck, and this one's almost out of fuel as well. Okay, we'll just grab it just like this, and then pull, and then we should be okay. Don't bowl over this time, or roll over. None of that, please. None of that. Just let us get back to the main road. There we go. Okay, I'm going to use up all the fuel in the Taiga, and then we're going to have to go and get something to help recover this situation. Well, I gotta say though, this isn't going too bad. I really did think it would be worse, but getting through that swamp was the tough part. And then I think if I can do this, like if this doesn't take the entire recording session to do, then we might be able to bring out the next vehicle, which I'll show you in the garage. I really want to try it out in Russia. I was able to use it a little bit in Michigan, but yeah, it's got to take on this terrain. Okay, so we're just going straight, and basically we have to drive all the way around all this, and then all the way around all this, and then back over to the factory. So that's a lot of distance. That's okay though, we're about to run out anyways, so we'll just make do with what we've got, and then we'll run out as necessary. It's not saying that that truck over there is out of fuel yet, so I don't know what's going on with it. I'm happy to report though that despite this forest being narrow as heck, I'm still making it through, and I'm definitely going to run out of fuel in this soon. I'm going to use this one as a recovery vehicle, just because it's so quick. I'll go and get a fuel thing, and then we'll come back and try and drag this thing the rest of the way, or at least give it the ability to drag itself the rest of the way. And like, this terrain is passable with the two-wheel drive truck. You don't need to have four-wheel drive and diff locks to get on the dirt, at least theoretically. Again, sometimes it just gets stuck in weird places, especially with all of these roots and things. And yeah, okay, probably this spot too. We should at least make it through here. That would definitely help it out. Okay, we're starting to lose power because I don't even have enough fuel for a minute right now. We're about to run out with this thing, and it's really stuttering along at this point, but that's a pretty clean road up there. And that thing is out of fuel completely, and we're about to be out of fuel in like 30 seconds here, so we'll wait for that. You can see the wheels spinning and stuff. Like, when it gets down to this much fuel, it just starts sucking air, and it's not gonna be going too well. Oh man, let's release the winch and then recover this thing. Let's go grab some fuel and we'll come back and we'll try and get this thing finished. My goodness. So this is the truck that I got. It's the the Western Star 6900 twin steer. Absolutely massive. But in order to get that, I sold off both of my Scouts and the other heavyweight truck I wasn't using. I've still got 13 G's in the bank. But yeah, bit of a sacrifice. I honestly think it was worth it. So what we need now is a fuel bed, either that or we're going to need a fuel trailer. I was hoping to keep the loading crane, but obviously that's not going to work with the fuel tank, so let's just put that on and we'll sell one of those cranes as well for a little bit of money back. I think that crane that I just sold right there was worth more money than the quest that I'm currently doing. Well, with the Taiga on fuel duty, this is a bit of a weird one actually. We're just going to drive the road, then drive down this way, and yeah, we could totally refuel there if we really wanted to, but we should just be able to drive the route that I'm intending to go with the other truck. Oh wait, it's over here. What am I doing? Okay, here's the plan then. Down this way, and then we will take this little shortcut here. I should be fine through that. Famous last words, I know. And then I'll try and make it through this section here, and then try and get over to this truck, and that'll be good. Not too bad. Oh man, it's my old friend, this place right over there. You probably remember me getting stuck in there quite a few times. Yeah, it's not a fun place at all, so we're going around it. At least this time, I'll be able to do it in a truck that's actually going to be able to make it. And that being said, I did get this truck stuck with a fuel trailer, and then I got the Azov stuck, and then I had to grab the Kolav to come and save them both. These days though, I think I just grab the twin steer and just plow right through, because that thing is a beast. I just wish it had all-wheel drive, really though. Like, the four wheels at the back moving is good, but it needs all-wheel drive. Please. Please, Saber, please. Well, back into the mud pit. Let's leave it in low for this stuff. Obviously, this fuel thing on the back is quite a bit heavier than what I'm used to in terms of just driving this truck as is. I tend to be maybe a little bit impatient sometimes when I'm doing these videos. Like, that's probably one of the reasons I don't use low as much, because it's slow. But my impatience does lead to issues, and that's kind of the theme of this game in my opinion. It's kind of like my summer car, where if you try and do something fast, you're probably going to mess up and then it's going to screw you later down the line. So you really have to slow down, just think about stuff and take it slow a lot of the time. Like if you try and rapid build the engine and you've never done it before, then you're going to have issues, as I did in my playthrough. With the engine at the end of the series exploding and leaving me stranded on the side of the road. And that was when I was like, well, that's it. That's good enough for my summer car experience for me. But let's not have that happen with this series. Obviously, I mean, engines and stuff can break in this. I've actually never done it. I don't think I've ever broken a truck completely, because I constantly recover, because I'm not really playing this hardcore. And playing this hardcore would be incredibly difficult for a video series, especially one that only comes out once a week. Like, I do actually, I guess maybe a behind the scenes secret here, is these videos are like 30-40 minutes, but I record for an hour and a half to get this footage, so I cut out about an hour of content from what you're seeing now. Like, a lot of it is just boring driving, so I end up cutting that part out. Okay, through the wilderness we go. This is the path that I kind of picked for myself that I figured would be a little bit on the trickier side. Let's go ahead and go in low. We'll just have everything ready, just in case this ends up being super deep. Thank goodness I've got a snorkel, because indeed it is quite deep. Oh, this is getting dangerously close to polluting the marshlands here with that. My goodness. Alright, up we go. Just gotta bounce this tree just a little bit, and it's gone. Always seems to happen when I touch a tree. Alright, nice and easy. That wasn't too bad at all for this thing. I mean, again, the Taiga is really darn strong. I might have unlocked some wheels for it, being level 11 versus my previous level 10, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping, I think level 13 or 14 is when we get the real stuff, and I'm getting really excited for that, so that's why I was trying to forge ahead a little bit, working on Michigan, trying to get some more money piled up, and also not roll this thing, because that would be bad. But yeah, trying to get some more money piled up so that I can hopefully be able to afford some cooler trucks like that twin steer. I think that thing is free in Alaska, but I actually just bought it in Michigan, so it's fine. Oh, you know what would be a cool detail in this game? I don't even know if the plates change on these trucks, but if your license plate reflected the place that you bought the truck from, that would be pretty darn cool. You know what I just realized though? There's another two of those things that we have to get, so we are gonna have to go back at some point to finish off this quest. Using probably just this instead of using the international, because that thing is so slow. I'd rather just, I don't know, do it properly, get it done right, and then in the next episode try something funky again. There we go. There's our ride. And it's still here, that's a good sign. Well, let's try and get it out of the mud, and also refuel it a little bit. Yeah, this mud here is pretty thick, but again, no match for a truck that is this beastly. I'm thankful to have this, otherwise this would be a much harder playthrough. Alright, let's use the source is the fuel tank, and we'll fill up the Taiga, because we may as well while we're here. And we'll fill up the TranStar, that's what the thing is called. Extra good. Well, let's winch onto that lad and try and get this thing a little bit further. Okay, it definitely appears to be stuck on something right now. How that happened, I have no idea. It's constantly getting stuck on stuff because it's pretty low. But let's try and get it on the angle. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, now that we have a ton of fuel and we can kind of just do what we want to do, I think it's time that I try to break this thing free of its captive hold on whatever is holding it. It appears that it's probably that root right there, which is keeping it, the trailer specifically, stuck. But let me try and winch out of here. Always, again, trying to not roll it. That would be a disaster. Come on. Please. I would say, from my experience, that if you're planning on torturing yourself by playing this game, then don't do this current setup that I've got going on here, because my goodness, this is real bad. But there we go. I just had to kind of break it out on the side, and that seems to have worked. Let me plan out a little route for this, because otherwise I'm gonna get lost. Okay, so our goal is pretty darn simple. I want to get over to the factory, so I'm just going to put all of these markers out, and then I guess we can go to the railroad afterwards, because it seems like that is also something we need to do. But it's going to be a while because this is a lot of terrain to cover. Thankfully, I believe this main road is pretty good, so once we get there, I should be fine. Yeah, and we can get rid of the factory as a drop-off location, so that shouldn't be too bad. There's a drowned truck over here, which I would like to save at some point. Maybe we can grab the collab for that. Well, getting some nighttime gameplay in. Let me see if the International can drive on its own at this point. I'm just going to detach and kind of move on to the side. I'm going to leave this out. I'm not going to recover it because, frankly, I'm scared that this is going to get stuck again. Let's take off the handbrake and see if I can just get this thing moving. And yeah, thankfully I can. Well, with a high-powered winch and some nuclear waste, it seems like I'm ready to go on an adventure. We have quite a ways to go, especially because we have to drive around most of the obstacles, but we should be okay, as long as it doesn't turn into the wet stuff again. Oh yeah, this game is harder at night, to be honest. I think it's quite a lot more difficult, just because you can't really see what's going on in front of you, and the terrain is a little bit harder to judge as well, with less light. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's just how the night normally is, but this game gets dark. Like, yeah, this is not the dead of night right here. It can be darker than that. So for the first time ever in this series, I might let the night go through. Not particularly happy about it, but I will. We'll see what it ends up looking like on YouTube, if I'm gonna be continuing with that or not. My main worry is that it always fragments a lot with darkness, because there are a lot of shades of black, but YouTube does not recognize them all. Well, I have yet to see any wolves attacking, which is a good sign. If they actually did attack, then I might stop playing this game because of fear. Thankfully, they're just scenery pieces, but man oh man, I'm mildly afraid, especially at night. And especially in Russia, and especially holding nuclear waste. 4 containers of it on the back of this truck. They just call them secure containers, but they have radiation signs on them. So that's kind of what I've decided that they are. They could just be, I don't know, armaments. That might be worse. I'm just hauling 4 tubs of pure uranium right now. You know, just casual days. Okay, looks like we're gonna make it. That is really nice. Very happy about that. Oh, it seems like the main road is closed. At least I hope so. This doesn't look like it. There's something going on in 300 meters, no idea what that is. Cannot read any Russian or any Russian characters. Uh, maybe I should look into that. I mean, I'm really terrible at languages. That's something that has been proven time and time again with my education. And apparently I beached this thing. Okay, what do we got? Do we have a pole that I can go to? And thankfully the answer to that was yes, so I'm freed. Nighttime, getting a little bit dark once again. I feel like night lasts a long time. Obviously it lasts the same amount of time as day, but it just seems so much longer because you're like hoping for the day to come. Alright, I'm having some difficulty in this one section, having to jump between that pole and the tree to make my way. But it seems like I'm doing okay now, thankfully. This truck really likes to jump up whenever I winch to something. Like, the physics on it are a little bit janky, and I suspect that's because it's pretty light. Like, of all the trucks, other than the Scouts obviously, it's one of the lighter ones for sure. This thing does not weigh very much, and I guess that does give it some advantage, but it's still far too heavy to be useful in a lot of ways, and that is not looking particularly good for me. That is just a giant mud pit. Oh man. Okay, the trailer is definitely beached right now. I think I'm gonna need some assistance. That's a bridge, so it is something that I can cross, but I really have to get there, and that's the tricky part. That is the tricky part indeed. Well, I'll do as much as I can without assistance, and we'll see how it goes. So far, so good, though. I'm winching from the side of the truck here to try and pull myself, and then I'm going to try and reach that pole up there if I can. It is getting deeper, but as long as I can get to the bridge, then we're fine. And that's easier said than done. Especially when I can't see the wheels because it's so dark. Okay, that's pretty decent there. Let's go back into low. Try and take it nice and slowly, as I hopefully can make it over to that bridge. That's the ideal. I want to see somebody complete the game using this thing. Using even hauling like the heaviest of loads. That could be pretty fun. But that would require some significant time and insane dedication to do, so I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon. Okay, I think I'm stuck. I think it's time that I went and got some assistance. Let's stop the engine and go get the fuel truck to pull this thing back over onto the side. Alright, finally the recovery is here. It looks like this thing is... yeah, it's not in a good place. Let's go ahead and go into low, and I'll just try and drag it off to the side and see if we can get it through this swampy bit. That would be ideal. I think I'll drag it through this just to be sure that I'm doing it right, and then I don't think we're too far away from the next sort of area that I want to get to. Basically, we just have to get to that factory to drop off the secure containers, and then over to the railway station, I would assume, to drop off the other two. And winch connected. Let's go. Come on, truck. You got this. It's just a wooden bridge. It's not too bad, all things considered. And we'll get back into full speed. We should be fine. Okay, I'm kind of towing it on the side of the wood, which is not ideal. If we end up losing this stuff, then it's going to be a big pain for me because I don't have a crane on me. But we're almost there. Come on, just live. It's bouncing around, and that's not a good thing, but hey, it works. I mean, it's better to have this bridge than it is to have no bridge. So, yeah, thank you to whoever put that in there. And it looks like we're coming up on something up here. I don't actually know where I am. Oh, we're really darn close. Okay, that's a good thing. Let's just pull it the rest of the way. Let's just get this over with. And then finally I can recover this truck after I sell that trailer. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about selling that trailer. Well, we'll be able to do that near the railway station, so it's not too bad. Well, it's slowly getting to morning, which is nice. It's finally a little bit brighter. I might have skipped a bit of the night, not on purpose, but just because I was driving around so much. But here we are, finally at the factory. It has been a heck of a journey, just for this. Like, this game is good for a number of reasons, but one of them is you get to make up your own stories, pretty much. And not everybody's playing experience is going to be the same. So, yeah, they give you tools, and then you can kind of just explore and figure out things for yourself and write your own narrative. Because there really isn't a story in this game, is there? Okay, so the challenge now is just getting this trailer to spin around and hopefully hop it in. I've had trouble with this before, and I'm continuing to have issues. Come on. Spin it around, it's fine. Okay, there we go. Just rub the trailer up against the side of that pole there, no big deal. Now let's just go drop off this stuff, as much of it as we can. Alright, and that's 2 off of there. So good. Okay, next up on the list is we need to go to the railway station, which is way up here, and not easy to get to. Which unfortunately means I'm going all the way back and then up to the road. That's not too bad, we just have to follow the main road and drive over that sketchy bridge again. Gotta be careful. I'll try and do as much of it as I can once again with this truck, but it's only got 2 pieces of cargo on it, so I'm tempted to just sell this trailer anyways. Alright, here we go. Let's just go on back. We just have to take a right out of here, cross the bridge, drive up the trail, and then hopefully we can make it. This is some pretty thick stuff here, so I'm going to try and stay off to the side where it's a little bit easier for this thing to traverse. Being 2 pieces of cargo lighter, I'm hoping that it'll go a little bit better. I mean, the cargo does have weight. I don't think this nuclear stuff weighs that much, but they are concrete boxes from the looks of things, so that should help us out in our little quest here to make it a little bit easier. Yeah, I mean, if I was trying to be as efficient as possible, I should have just gone to the railway station, but I did want to check the factory off the list, and that's kind of what I've done. But again, that means I'm going to have to drive all the way back to that one place that we went to, using something else, with a 2-person cargo piece, through the water, all that stuff, and then back over to the railway station again, which is going to be a heck of a journey. Well, so far so good with this. I'm actually pretty pleased with the way things are going. Been able to drive through that bridge pretty easily, getting just a little bit stuck in the mud, but not the end of the world if I'm off to the side. If I was going to make things easier for myself, I'd definitely ditch this float trailer, but yeah, you know what, there's no fun in that. And instead I'm just going to drive up the side like this. It's these little things like that that make this sort of truck viable. Just little offshoots that save me from the water, until I inevitably beach it in the water, because I'm dumb. Never mind, a quick winch and we're good. Alright, let me make sure I'm on the right path now that I've kind of got some solid footing. Yeah, easy. So we just continue on this way, and I don't think there's anything here, except maybe this part in this area, that's going to screw us up. Yeah, we should be good. I say that with the utmost caution, because, again, you never know. You never know. Well, it's a lovely morning here in SnowRunner, and I'm happy to say that I have indeed made it so far without any issues. Surprisingly, this international, I mean, it's not good, but overall it's not horrible. I don't think I can safely say that though, considering it's just not useful in any way. Like, you're better off using an off-road truck for every situation that you would think to use this in, even on the road. You may as well just use something capable. Like, the only reason I'm actually using this is for the meme. That's pretty much it. Okay, we have to go around this workshop over here, or this kind of hub area. This place is a disaster in terms of mud, so get ready for me to be at least mildly stuck a few times. I believe we did end up getting stuck here before. And that was with an empty trailer. Now that we have a bit on here, it's only 2 pieces of cargo, but it is still cargo. Yeah, let me see if I can make it through here. Finally, it's actually kind of bright out, which is good because we're just approaching a significant obstacle. I definitely need to make it through here. I've done it before with this thing. Oh man, though. Come on, let's move it. Let's go. Let's go. We're powering through. And there's nothing to winch to, I don't think, so we just have to hope and pray. Low range, will you save me? Actually, surprisingly, low range is indeed saving me. I'm moving, but I think it's only because I've got a wheel on the dry up there. As soon as the trailer gets in the muck, I'm kinda screwed. But at least I have a winch point. I'm fairly certain that these are the best tires you can get on this. If it had like off-road full-on like thick mud tires available, then that would be pretty sweet, but it absolutely does not. Okay, let's try and get through this next watery bit. I managed to make it through that other one surprisingly easily, so yeah, back into low range. Let's see if we can crawl through this. Having the weight on the front like this is actually a good thing. It just means that I'm able to keep a little bit of weight on the back of the truck and off the wheels of the trailer. Oh no, that's not a good sign. Okay, we got a winch point here, but it immediately fell over and I didn't even winch to it. And that one just disappeared. Great. Okay, I'm gonna try and go up the side, and if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna grab the, oh man, Taiga, that's what it is. I'm losing track of how many trucks I have at this point, even though I sold off a bunch of them. But I need to somehow make this over here, and this is not a good way. Alright, I see it just over there. That was a long drive, surprisingly. We actually did make it pretty far before getting stuck in the wasteland. It's unfortunate, but I think I can save it pretty easily. Just gotta go around it a little bit, and yeah, I should be fine. Theoretically, of course. As always with this game, everything is theoretical. You never know how things are gonna go, and I could just immediately get this stuck too. That would be unfortunate. Okay, all I'm trying to do now is just get it up to some mildly solid ground, and then I'm gonna pull it through the rest of this muck. I'm not taking any more chances. Come on, International, let's go. Okay, so from the International, let's go ahead and winch from the front to the back of this. That's exactly what I wanted to do the first time. Handbrake off, I hate when that happens. And there we go, winch myself around, using that truck as a, well, just a winch point at this point. But I should be able to just turn, and thank goodness. Alright, let's pull it the rest of the way. Okay, this truck is free, and that means I can winch from this back end here to here, and then hopefully just pull this whole rig out. That would be the ideal scenario, instead of digging a hole like I am now. Man, oh man, I did not make this easy for myself. I've dug myself a hole, and yeah, it's not looking great. Let me see if I can get out of this. Like, getting the Taiga stuck is a challenge, so if I manage to do it a bunch of times, then you know that I'm really screwing up that day. Thankfully, I'm free, and thankfully as well, we should be okay. Okay, fine, low range, and still. Alright, I think we're good. I think I'm finally free of the real mess in there. That was not great. It did not go quite as well as I would have hoped, but at least we're not trying to go through that entrance. That entrance there, absolute clickbait. It's really hard to get through. I don't know. They made it so it kind of tricks you. But once you've gone through it once, you know, you just have to go in the back and you should be okay. Alright, off to the road we go. It's right there. I'm looking at the final leg of this journey, at least for now. Man, oh man, though. I think what we'll do, I don't think I have enough time to really get anywhere with the next portion of this mission, because I have to just drive back, basically, which is kind of boring. So what I'll do is I'll pull out the twin steer, show you what's going on with that and why I'm excited about it, and then, yeah, that'll be a bit of a hype thing for whenever I get to it. I'm hoping that I can use that truck in the next episode, but I don't think it can take it if I try and get through the tight areas that we were in when we tried to drag this trailer through. Like, that was just a disaster. I think I really just want to go with the shortest truck we can get, something that can just hold 2 cargo pieces and really good off-road, and you're looking at it right here. Like, the reality of things is the Azov could definitely do it too, but I would really like to use the Taiga for it, just because, I don't know, it's just really strong. It's really good. We already made it through there once with it before. Obviously it didn't have a lot of weight on the back, but still, I'd like to just go and get that finished if possible. Thankfully, one area where this International does shine is when you're on dirt, as soon as you, or it is when you're on asphalt actually. But this asphalt is so crappy it may as well be dirt. Now, one of the things in my actual real life job is working with roads and such, so I do see a lot of asphalt, so I know what good asphalt looks like. Yeah, this stuff is ancient. And my suspension is almost done. That was another 30 damage on it. Goodness, though. This thing is so weak. It's fine, though. As long as we can get these 2 secure containers to the railway station, I'll be happy. I did figure out a little bit of a trick, and I know this isn't exactly a trick, but it's more like I'm playing with the game a little bit more than it would like, perhaps. But with the Azov, I managed to put 3 things of concrete in the bed, and I was able to secure 2, but if you leave the 3rd one on top of them with the crane still attached, oh no, the suspension is going to die in this. Great. But if you leave the 3rd one attached to the crane and you put it on top, it'll actually stay, and then that way you can haul 3 things instead of 2 things with a 2-person or a 2 item back. I'll have to show that off at some point, but it is pretty useful. And finally we're back. Oh man, that has been a heck of a journey. Another 8 engine damage. I'm just taking a ton of damage right now. Okay, let's go safe. We'll take the road. I'm not... Oh no. That's the suspension completely gone, isn't it? What the heck? Well, with the suspension completely gone, I think the International has really proven itself to be absolute junk. That's okay though, because I'm never using it again. Let's drop this off, sell the trailer, and then get the heck out of here. There we go, 2 more radioactive fuel pieces down, and I just need to go to this trailer store. Should be pretty easy to do. I don't know if I can make it through this. You know what, let's try it. Let's try it. I'm gonna have to go wide around this area though. I know that for a fact. I have messed this up many times before. There we go, that's not too bad. See, at least this place has a proper, a proper exit. Oh wait, what am I talking about? That doesn't look like a proper exit at all. Alright, let's make some money on this trailer. I would definitely like to get rid of it. Never going to use this trailer again, most likely, because it's pretty darn garbage. You don't need to use something that low if you're going to be going off-road. If you're going to stay on-road, I guess, but yeah, totally useless off-road. Like, the only plus with that trailer is that it has a lot of wheels, but that's just for show at this point. When you're dragging all those wheels through the mud, it doesn't exactly work. Well, I gotta say, and this is pretty important as well, if we go to the truck storage, I think it's time that I sold this thing. Go away, please. Never again. And this is the International Twin Steer. This thing is the cooler truck that I want to try. The reason it's called Twin Steer is obviously because it's got 2 front wheels that turn like this. The unfortunate thing about this truck, other than the fact that it is like massively quick, and it also is really, really long. This might be one of the longest trucks in the game just as is, because this is not articulating, like, it's just that long. But the problem that I have with it is that it only has a diff lock and low gear, and that only locks the back 4 wheels, obviously, because that's its only driving. So, like, those are the only driven wheels, I'm trying to say. I don't know how much cargo this thing can hold, and I'm actually quite curious to figure that out. So I want to quickly go to the railway station to pick up some stuff, because I think you can pick up stuff there, and we'll take it off, but I suspect that this can hold 4 pieces of cargo, which is crazy for something that doesn't even have a trailer. But as you can see, this thing is just massive, and its turning radius is not good either, but it looks really cool, and it's a lot of fun to drive in my experience so far. Even with that diff lock, like, it's still very capable. Like, it has big wheels, and they are off-road spec wheels, the way that I have it set up. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using this more. I'm hopeful that it'll still work in Russia, despite being an American truck, because some of them are just totally useless here. This terrain is just unforgiving. Okay, let's see what we can get. So we can get service spare parts, and yeah, it'll hold 4 of them, which is quite cool. So then we just have to go and remove the cargo. Yeah, nice and easy. So that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's been fun for me to try and get through that quest, and I'm not done yet. I still have to go back one more time. Which truck would you suggest that I take? Azov? Should I buy another International? Should I try and challenge myself again and do something dumb like bring this? Although this has no real need to go there. It's just way too big already. Yeah, leave your suggestions below, and we'll try and get to it. See what I can do in terms of more trucks and more fun as well. And just so you can see what I'm talking about, like, this truck is pretty darn capable off-road, especially with low-range diff locks. It's very strange that it's rear-wheel drive, to be honest. You would think that they wouldn't want to put a drive shaft all the way down the length of this thing, but they did, and I love it. Anyways, thank you again for watching. See you again next time when we try this out, and potentially some other stuff. And yeah, thanks again. This video is supported by viewers like you. We have Canadian Steel, Overlord, Dr. Ivo, That Rice to Explore, QT Bear, Terry Williams, The Most Random Person, Sick D Cars and Stuff, Boris Ramirez, Jug, Jacob, and Ruben. Thank you guys for your support. Appreciate you all a lot. See you guys again next time.